occupied Jerusalem woke up to flames and fury. A car belonging to an IDF reservist and a dumpster right in front of the residence of war criminal Benjamin Netanyahu were set ablaze as angry protesters, masked and determined, sent the clearest message yet: enough is enough. For months, the indicted butcher of Gaza has promised nothing but more bombs, more occupation, and more death. And this latest explosion of anger shows that even inside Israel, people are sick of his endless campaign of bloodshed.
Families of hostages being held by Hamas are protesting across Israel a day after double Israeli strikes hit a hospital in Gaza. The protesters are demonstrating at road junctions across Israel, calling on Donald Trump to help finalise a Gaza ceasefire deal that will include the return of the hostages. All this comes amidst international condemnation.
Netanyahu has pledged to occupy the whole of Gaza City, as though brute force could erase a people's will to resist. But even his own generals, men drenched in Palestinian lives, are now admitting the obvious: that this madness will not bring back the hostages and will never make Gaza's defenders surrender. I caught a report on Israel television yesterday, and what stood out was IDF Chief of Staff Eyal Zamir planning to warn the government that if Netanyahu pushes ahead with conquering Gaza City, the only option left would be imposing outright military rule on the Strip. Zamir pretends to oppose this plan and talks about accepting a ceasefire to release the hostages. But let's not kid ourselves, this is nothing but theatre. The generals and the Prime Minister are playing a two-handed game. One calls for restraint, while the other presses on with genocide. It's deception at its finest, meant to fool the world into thinking there are moderates within a system built on occupation and ethnic cleansing. Still, this charade didn't stop the protests from exploding in the early hours. Masked activists set fires across Jerusalem's Rehavia and Givat Ram neighborhoods. Tires, recycling bins, and even cars went up in flames, forcing residents to run from their homes. Among the cars destroyed was one belonging to IDF reservist Major Yoav Bar-Shai, a man who has already served 250 days in Gaza and was preparing for yet another deployment next week. I mentioned this earlier. The flames weren't just literal. They symbolized the anger boiling over inside Israeli society, anger that Netanyahu can no longer contain. And yes, I'll show you a clip from the protests in a moment. But before I do, hit the like button right now, because YouTube buries videos that dare to expose Gaza's truth. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? It costs you nothing, but helps me fight the censorship and get this message out. Drop a comment. Do you think these protests can finally break Netanyahu's grip? Now, of course, Netanyahu reacted the only way he knows, crying victim. He hides behind bunkers and bulletproof speeches, pretending he is defending Israelis, while the very same Israelis are fighting him in the streets, burning cars and demanding his resignation. What you're about to see in the clip is powerful. Settlers beginning to realize that this war isn't about their security. It's about Netanyahu's fantasy of a greater Israel, a land grab dressed up as defense, and a genocide masked as war. People are waking up to the smokescreen, and that's why his regime is trembling.
$400,000 Palestinians were killed since October 7th, and I want to know what Saudi Arabia did to end this genocide. Because you guys both have a Muslim and legal obligation to end the genocide in Palestine. Children are dying. Palestinian children are dying, and I want to know what Saudi Arabia has done other than normalize ties with the Zionist entity. I want to understand. Anything? You don't have any shame for the Palestinians that were killed, the blood that was shed, nothing? You can eat your food, you can drink your coffee, while the kids and people in Gaza barely have enough food to eat, and they don't even have the clean water to drink. From Saudi Arabia.
Not even ending a genocide. Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine!
The States government is complicit. You have an obligation to the Constitution of the United States. I'm a disabled veteran.
There's a genocide! There's a genocide! Ma'am, you're not allowed to film in here. We told you this earlier. You're complicit in a genocide! You're complicit in a genocide! Eddie, stop the genocide! Eddie, there's a genocide! Come on, Eddie. There's a genocide! You are complicit in genocide of the Palestinian people! You are complicit! Come on, Eddie! Eddie, help us! Eddie, help us save them! Come on! The Israeli side and the U.S. Congress and Senate are complicit in funding the bombs that are forcing children to be slaughtered and massacred. Shame on this government. The United States of America is complicit in genocide. The Israeli terrorists are forced starving children.
If they'll arrest veterans, they'll arrest you.
Stop the bombs! Stop the bombs! Stop! Shame on you! You're complicit! This is your legacy! This is your legacy! Why are they arresting you?
They're arresting us for speaking out against genocide.
Stop the bombs!
The U.S.
Stop
Congress
the bombs!
is paying
Stop
children,
slaughtering babies!
women and children.
Stop slaughtering babies! We are being arrested right now for interrupting a foreign affairs hearing on nominations because the U.S. is complicit in genocide. They are complicit in the slaughter of babies.
When the United States Congress comes after veterans, they will come after you. Every American sitting at home right now needs to realize that you are paying for a genocide. Take this one.
Rise up! Rise up, America! Rise up! It is time to take back this country from these corrupt politicians. It is time. It is beyond time.
And it's not just in Israel. In America, the cracks are showing, and then there was the Bernie Sanders rally. An aspiring senator, Graham Blattner, stood up and said the quiet part out loud. AIPAC's grip on American politics is slipping. His speech was raw, honest, and worth replaying because it proves something I've been saying for months. Ordinary Americans no longer buy Israel's lies. The tide is shifting, and even the once untouchable lobby is losing its grip.
Our taxpayer dollars can build schools and hospitals in America, not bombs to destroy them in Gaza.
And the pressure isn't just political, it's corporate. One of the latest companies to join the growing wave of protest is Lush, the British cosmetics giant. Founded in the 1990s and known for its vegan, cruelty-free products, Lush has now taken a stance that rattled Israel's defenders. Imagine that, a cosmetics brand showing more moral courage than governments that claim to stand for human rights. Sky News UK did a brilliant report on this, and you'll want to see it.
Well, let's bring you a bit of breaking news. The cosmetic company Lush has temporarily closed its stores across the country for the day in protest over what's happening in Gaza. Let's bring in Sky's correspondent Asha Hirinag for more on this. Asha, why have they done this?
Well, the cosmetics retailer, Jane, in quite the move, has shut up all of its factories, its over 100 shops and its website because they say they are standing in solidarity with the people of Palestine. Now, in a statement on their website, if you go to it right now, it is currently not operational. Instead, you'll be met with the words "Stop Starving Gaza" in the colours of white, red and green, the colours of the Palestinian flag. But a real move from the company who are on your screens right now. Founded in 1994, they sell predominantly vegan products with sustainability truly at the heart of their business. They have released a statement, the company, in which they have said, across the Lush business, we share the anguish that millions of people feel seeing the images of starving people in Gaza, Palestine. One thing Lush can currently send into Gaza is our love and a strong message that we stand in solidarity. This will take the form of halting business as usual by shutting our UK shops, website and factories for one day on Wednesday, the 3rd of September 2025, with our shop windows displaying the message, "Stop Starving Gaza, we are closed in solidarity." It goes on to say in that statement that it hopes to push the UK government to taking further and greater action in their eyes by, quote, depriving it of a day's worth of tax revenue from its business. Now, we do believe this is the first time that a retailer has taken a stand like this, making a political statement by closing their stores. Currently, Lush trades in some 50 countries.
Thank you so much for watching. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate your patience and your support. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It's the only way we can bypass the evil algorithm and push this truth to those who need it most. And before you go, drop a comment. Do you think these protests can finally break Netanyahu's grip? Or will Gaza's defenders remain the ones carrying the fight on their shoulders? Let me know what you think. God bless you.